give you a peek inside Genesis Curriculum, the Book of Matthew. This is the large, over 600 pages, teacher book. Let me show you a lesson here. So, day number, it gives you the verse you're going to read. So, Book of Matthew is the whole Book of Matthew. Matthew 1 through the end. So, you'll read the whole thing in bits. It'll give you the reference there, so if you want to look it up in a different version to read from there, you can. I use the NASB, but the spelling words and vocabulary will come from the NASB reading. So after the scripture, there's a memory verse every week, and for 5 weeks, and then there's 2 weeks of review where you'll practice your memory verses, and you'll look them up in the Bible. And that's how the whole year goes. 5 weeks of lessons and then 2 weeks of review. So the language section, handwriting, spelling, it gives you a verse. If you want to do a dictation, it gives a suggestion. Those are in the copy workbook. So the copy work's recommended for 2nd grade. But there's also a condensed copy work for older kids that just has the verses for copying if they just want something for working on handwriting. So there's the spelling words. There's 4 spelling words each day for 4 days each week, and then the 5th day is the test yourselves day. So every word has a spelling tip. So and there'll be some grammar things mixed in this section in the vocabulary section. So it's talking about past tense. So then next comes vocabulary. So you might have things like synonyms or antonyms and things like that. And here's where we talk about parts of speech. Greek here today, it's just learning a word. It'll go through pronunciation with you, and throughout the year you'll be learning John 1 through 5. So then comes the science lesson. So the basic format is teaching, but also a lot of questions. And then the answers. So you'll just read through it, but when you come to a question, you stop and let your kids answer. Like this is the beginning, they haven't learned anything yet. This isn't that they have to know the right answer, but just to let them answer and make guesses and stuff piques curiosity, which will help them learn the material and get them engaged. So you'll just do, there's lots of questions. So when you get to a question mark, you stop. When it breaks to a new line, you stop and let them answer before you keep reading. So again, there's just lots of questions throughout. In this book, there'll be lots of diagrams. And if it's like something that I need color for, then I put it in the map book. The map book isn't only maps, it also has all of our color diagrams or any other color images I needed. So obviously learning about molecules and things. Okay, so at the end of every lesson there's a recall. So questions and there's the answers for them. Now they should know those answers. And then that's just like a summary of the lesson, what they should hold on to. And then there's an explore more, which you don't have to use at all. But if they were interested in the lesson, that's something that you guys could go research more on, or you could send your high schoolers off to research it and write up an answer and present it to your family at dinner or anything like that. So today, like it says, I ended up doing a double science lesson. Usually there's a social studies lesson next. So I just did a little thing there. So, discussion question. There's always a discussion question. And then the first day of each week, this is day 11, the first day of each week, there is a grammar lesson. So here's a grammar lesson, and then it's going to send you to complete writing sentences 3 in your workbook. So the lesson will always tell you when to go to the workbook. There's not a page for every day. There's not a page for every day's spelling or vocabulary or anything like that. It's just for specific assignments. So here it's telling you to go. So once a week there's a worksheet called writing sentences that we'll do, which is more grammar stuff. So just flip through. Scroll through my lesson. Memory verse, spelling. Every word has a spelling tip. vocabulary, Greek. So science lesson, recall and explore more, social studies. Let's see. So here it's telling you, use my directions below to look at the timeline of Jerusalem found in the map book for day 13. So it's telling you to go to your map book. So you open up the map book and go to day 13. They're just in order by day. So find day 13, and this is, I needed a color for this. There's different colors for the different time periods of Jerusalem. So that's just one example. It will always tell you when to go there, so you don't need to worry about coordinating the books. It'll tell you when to go there. So recall, explore more, discussion, and writing. So every day, okay, the first day of the week there's a writing sentences, and then for the second, third, and fourth day, they're supposed to use their discussion question as a writing prompt. And then there's always some little thing like, here, get a high five and or hug for using a conjunction properly. So they learned about conjunctions, so they're supposed to use one in their sentence, and then they can get a little reward from you. Every day there's some little thing in there just to encourage something that we've been working on. And you've already had a discussion, so hopefully they've already formed their ideas and have something to write. Your younger kids, maybe they're just doing the handwriting book and they can use that for writing. Your, second, third, fourth can be writing sentences, compound sentences. You encourage them to write longer sentences. Your fifth, sixth, could be writing paragraphs. Your sixth, seventh, eighth could be writing essays. Just keep moving them along when they're ready. So everyone writes on their own level. Anyway, that's how it's set up. And you'll see lots of questions. It's meant, all those questions are meant to keep it interactive, so they're not just sitting there tuned out. And that's how it goes. There's something that says check materials list. And the front of the book is the materials list, and that'll tell you what you need. It's in the very front of the book, so you can find it. There it is. So there's all the day numbers on the side and what you'll need. So you can, if you actually prepare ahead of time, you can do that. You can look here and find everything you need. But I try and keep everything super simple, stuff you probably have around anyway. I'm not sending you out to buy a lot of stuff. Okay. See, treasure. They're going on treasure hunt. Wait. There you go. Okay. Just some idea. Hope that gives you some idea of how it works. In the back of the book, there are lists of everything. Lists. So all the vocabulary words, all the spelling words. It's the grammar. Every day. So it's listed for every day what there is. Greek. Science. So it has a topic, and then the words in parentheses might be something specifically they were supposed to remember. Like I put words in italics in the lesson. I always have my kids repeat those out loud, and then those words are defined in the text, so those things in parentheses might be specific words that they learned in the lesson. And then the list of explore more topics, and the same thing for social studies. The lessons and the explore more. And the memory verses, it's all listed in there. Alright, there you have it. I hope you love it.